Describe the first time someone asked you for an autograph. What did that feel like? Do you remember where and when that was?
I'll probably have to say high school.
Yeah.
Our team was one of the better teams, and we were starting to become real big. And going to different high schools, a lot of kids would fill up the gyms and stuff to watch us play. And I think it was out of high school, but it was one of the things. I'm sure these guys do it. I did it. You practice your autograph while you're in class on the back of your notebook and stuff. So actually, the first time I wanted to do it, I didn't know which autograph I wanted to use because I didn't know which one I wanted to use yet. So I would have to say high school.
Now, speaking about that, did your autograph change when you got to UConn or in the NBA? Did that kind of evolve, or you kind of stuck with it?
It's probably changed 5 or 6 times.
Really?
And then it probably depends on what kind of mood you're in and if you're rushing. Because a lot of times if you have time, you're going to write it the right way. If you don't, I can put it in where I just put the initials, the DM and then the 42. And it just depends on, if I have to be somewhere, and you don't want to be rude and not give them one at all. So you try to come up with a shorter version than what your regular version is.
So that leads me to my next question. A lot of players kind of have a routine or a certain kind of policy about how they sign. Some guys don't do it at the hotel, but they do it at the arena. Some guys, like LeBron, won't sign at all. Some guys, like Kevin Durant, who I saw yesterday, will sign for everybody. Do you have a certain kind of policy or rules you self-imposed about kind of when or where for who you sign an autograph for?
Yeah, I actually do. If I'm out eating, I probably won't do it. It's just a lot of germs, being exchanged with you, especially if you're at a wing plate or something, you're putting your fingers in your mouth and stuff like that. Especially when I'm with my family, being away and not spending a lot of time with them, I think I owe it to them to be able to concentrate on them when we're out at dinner or at the movies and things like that. And because sometimes people can be a little disrespectful. I've been in restaurants where I've gotten arguments with people because, I never tell them no. I just say, can you wait till I'm done eating? And they'll say, well, I'm done. And my response is, you ate your food in peace. We just want to eat our food in peace. I didn't say no. So a lot of people get mad. And another place I probably won't do it is if I'm at my kids' basketball events or their sporting events, because I'm there to watch my kids. I'm not there for me to be the focal point of the game. I'm there for them. So I try not to, when we're at their events, I try not to do it.
Sure. Now, did you ever have any agreements with sponsors or memorabilia companies that limited what you'd sign or how you'd sign things?
I mean, I've had deals with card companies, but it wasn't I wasn't limited to where I would sign. I'd sign their trading cards and stuff like that, but it wasn't like I couldn't sign anything else.
How does it make you feel knowing that sometimes when people are getting your autograph, they're going and selling it? Because that seems like that's changed a lot of habits of some of the younger players. We'll see it goes right on eBay and other sites like that.
It does, and it's funny because I can tell you a story about that. My first year in the NBA, I was in my hometown, and you know how sometimes they have like the card shows in the middle of the mall and stuff. So I'm walking in the mall in my hometown, and the guy that's running the card show, he's looking down. So I was like, do you have any Donyell Marshall autograph cards? And he's like, yeah. Meanwhile, he never looks up. And he was like, yeah. And he pulls one out, throws it on the counter. So I said, who signed this? So he tried to get smart with me, and then he's like, who do you think? You asked for a Donyell Marshall card, who signed it? So I go, I didn't sign it. And he looks up, and it was me. And I was like, that's not my autograph.
Wow.
And he ended up pulling the card off. He probably sold it after I left, but when I was there.
So you encountered some forgeries, things like that?
But it was funny because he tried to argue with me, and I was like, it wasn't. And then when he finally looked up and saw it was me, he kind of got a little red in the face and everything. But, it happens. It happens. There's nothing you can really do about it.
So last question. During your playing days, was there any memorabilia that you collected and saved, or maybe from other players where you'd get, like jerseys or shoes or maybe autographs from other players?
I've collected all the players that played at UConn that played in the NBA. I would collect their jerseys. I have a sports bar in my house.
Okay,
and,
cool.
I got them all hanging up on the wall. It's all UConn players that played in the NBA.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. That was great.
You.
Appreciate it.